A good Erev Shabbos, Parshat Va'era. Welcome back to Parnasa Insights on the Parsha. We'd like to welcome our Torah Anytime and listeners around the world. So in a recent series, a workshop that we gave here in the Beis Medrash about what it means to be a Kiddush Hashem, we spoke about the connection between the lacking core skills in the workplace today and what it means to be a living Kiddush Hashem in the workplace. And one of the very insightful things which are coming out on reports and studies about the workplace is that one of the things which are lacking and most needed is the ability to be able to show appreciation. And it's fascinating because you think about this word appreciation. We know in Yiddishkeit, in Torah, it's called 𝗟𝗘𝗧'𝗦. In the business terminology, it's become a strategy. And what we're looking at is that when you have clients, we have to be able to show appreciation for them. So therefore, we can build a retention strategy. Right? When it comes to our employees, we have to come up with different types of incentives to be able to show them appreciation. So therefore, we can have an employee engagement strategy. But what's interesting is that it could seem like perhaps there's this idea that, listen, if we want to be able to benefit from people, we have to try to be able to butter them up. We have to make them feel loyal. We have to make them feel like we care about them. This is the way the human experience works. And if we want to be able to benefit from them, appreciation works. Now, in this week's parsha, we find a slightly different approach of what it means to show appreciation. We find that from the Jewish perspective, it's a key leadership trait. And therefore, when it comes to Moshe Rabbeinu, right, the paradigm leader of Am Yisrael, we find that it's Moshe Rabbeinu that teaches us really about the power of appreciation. Right? We know it's a famous Rashi, right, that when it comes to the makos, right, when it comes to dam and tzifardea, right, that even though Moshe was the one who was going to Paro, Moshe was the one, right, who was activating the makos, he gave this one over to Aaron. Right? And Rashi points out that the reason why he did this, right, kids always come home and tell us, I know for myself, we don't always think about really the impact of what I'm about to share, is that because of the fact that the water had helped Moshe Rabbeinu when he was a baby, right, when he was in the river, right, his mother was trying to save him from being killed. And because of the fact, right, that the dirt, right, when it came to the story with the Mitzri, right, the Moshe Rabbeinu had used the dirt, and the dirt had helped him to cover up this Mitzri. Moshe felt that even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him, now I want you to be involved in the makos, Moshe Rabbeinu said, I can't take a stick and hit this water, even though it wasn't the same water. Right? I can't take a stick, right, and hit the ground because of the fact that it helped me. He felt a certain sense of 𝗟𝗘𝗧'𝗦, that he had to have an appreciation, and therefore he said, Aaron, I know this has to be done. You're going to be the one to do these makos. Now, if you think about what really Moshe Rabbeinu was thinking, what Moshe Rabbeinu was saying over here, it brings up a distinction within appreciation and 𝗟𝗧𝗦, which means if I benefit from someone, I benefit from you, or just think of people that you benefited from, is the reason why we have to have appreciation, we have to have 𝗟𝗧𝗦, because of the fact that this person had a good kavanah, a good intention. He was kind, he was generous, he did it from the bottom of his heart. He did it from a place of love. It was thought through. And therefore, you received benefit, I received benefit. And because of that, I need to have 𝗟𝗧𝗦 and show appreciation for a person. Or do we say that the reason why I need to have appreciation, you need to have appreciation, is because if at the end of the day you benefited, I benefit from something that someone did to me. Even if there wasn't the greatest intention, even if there wasn't any intention, it was unintentional, or perhaps even if the person had a negative intention. If the bottom line is that I benefit, you benefit from something, that creates the need for 𝗟𝗧𝗦. That calls for showing appreciation. It's not just showing appreciation, it's really more about the 𝗟𝗡𝗦, the recognition, a deep feeling of appreciation of, wow, I benefit from something. I benefit from that person. Now I feel appreciation towards them. And this is what Moshe Rabbeinu was teaching here in this week's parsha. Right, is that when it comes to appreciation and 𝗟𝗧𝗦, of course, what the water had intention to save Moshe Rabbeinu, what the sand cared about saving Moshe Rabbeinu. But through Moshe Rabbeinu's glasses, it wasn't about the intention. It was about the fact that he looked at the world and said, wow, if I benefit from something, I feel a deep sense of appreciation, and therefore I need to reciprocate. Not because it's going to help me, but because of the fact it's about my midos, it's about my character. And we see that that was the trait of appreciation that really Moshe Rabbeinu, right, the leader, embodied. And therefore for us, when we think within our own interactions, right, often if you have a business, right, you have clients, right, or if you're a manager and you have employees, you can ask a very fair question. Do I need to feel a sense of appreciation, right, for them? My clients, I have to feel appreciation for them. At the end of the day, I'm providing them a service. Right? I provide the best service, of course. And if you're a business owner, of course you provide the best service, right? The best cost, the best price, the best service. To show appreciation for them. Or an employee. But I need to show appreciation for an employee. Perhaps, maybe if I'm not paying him, I'm giving him a good salary. It's a very competitive position. He should feel indebted to me, the fact that he works for me. Right? I am giving him a parnasa. So where does this need for me to feel a deep sense of appreciation for my employees, right, or for my clients, right, or on the flip side, for service providers, right, if you are being paid, right, by a company, so I have to have appreciation for them, I'm working for them, right, if you're getting benefit from a service provider, you order someone to your house to be able to fix something, right, to be able to build something for you, you're paying him money. I need to also feel a sense of appreciation. I paid him well. I gave him a good tip. Well, I need to feel a sense of appreciation. What we see is a very clear message from this week's Parsha. Is that to be a Yehudi, right, to be a Yid, to be a Jew, means to be somebody who embodies appreciation. Not because it's a strategy. Not because it helps us to get referrals, not because it helps us to get our employees to perform better in their jobs, but because of the fact that to be a Jew means that the way that we view the world is if I've benefited from someone, I benefit from something, that creates a need for me to feel appreciation for them, irrelevant to the fact of whether they're being paid or whether they had to do it. It's really a big walkaway for us, right, to recognize from this week's Parsha the Torah's approach, which once again, if we're speaking about being out in the workplace, we're speaking about being a Kiddush Hashem, we should be the ambassadors of appreciation, leading the way. But once again, not because it works, but because that's what it means to be a Yid. Have a good Shabbos.